welcome. Thank you for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gumansing. Topping our newscast tonight, a St. Croix mother is fighting for change to drunk driving laws. Two of her daughters were terribly injured after they were struck by someone who lost control of their vehicle. News 2's Erica Parsons has more.
Gabriella McGrath and Raquel Rivera are on the road to recovery.
They're doing good, thanks to the Almighty, to God, of course.
Their mother says the two sisters were hit 2 weeks ago by a young man who may have been driving drunk.
Witnesses as well told me that they saw these vehicles swerving, back into the lane, his lane and to the other lane. But unfortunately, my daughter was driving, coming home to bring me some Father's Day food. And before they enter here in this intersection, this car collided with her on her lane.
Both daughters were severely injured, as well as two other girls riding with them. That driver, suspected of being drunk, also hit a third car. Now Raquel wants the local government to take a closer look at the law and maybe make some changes.
What I would like to see happen here is that all senators are viewing me, that they will take in consideration the law, the open container law, due to the fact that a lot of drunk drivers are actually driving drunk. Your reaction towards an accident is slower because, of course, you cannot pull away or you can't stop and think. You are intoxicated, so therefore you don't have the mindset of a person that are not drinking.
The VI doesn't have an open container law on the books, and penalties for driving while intoxicated are less than a year's jail time and no more than a $1,000 fine. Raquel's daughters have both underwent surgery and may have more to go, but she's extremely grateful they're alive and thankful to everyone who helped her through. But she says she's committed to reducing the amount of drunk drivers.
We can save life because in the Virgin Islands, people say that they can come here because they can actually go to a store, open a bottle and jump in the vehicle and put the music loud. Don't take me wrong, Erica, you can have a good time, drink, but then think.
Erica Parsons, News 2.
According to Concepcion, the driver has not been arrested as yet, and officials are still waiting on the results of the toxicology tests. Police on St. Croix are investigating, meanwhile, the non-fatal shooting of a male victim and damage to a vehicle by gunfire. Both cases were reported separately to police. However, detectives are investigating to determine if the incidents are related. Police say just before 2 a.m. on June 23rd, a male citizen reported to officers that an unknown person or persons fired at his Jeep Wrangler while he was in the Estate Glen area. Police also said they were notified by 911 emergency dispatch at about 2:15 a.m. the same day that a male who was the victim of a gunshot wound to his leg walked into the Governor Juan Luis Hospital. He told police he was in the Estate Glen area when someone started discharging shots and he was hit in the leg. Count on two to keep you updated. The Public Services Commission held a meeting late into the evening Monday. The commission, which oversees the Water and Power Authority, acted on some issues that affect energy production and energy rates, including a contract with a power vendor on St. Croix and a slight drop in utility bills. News 2's April Knight has that story.
A bit of good news for WAPA ratepayers. The Public Services Commission met Monday and approved a drop in LEAC rates. From July to September, WAPA customers would pay 0.4005 per kilowatt hour from 0.4018. That's a drop of less than a fifth of a cent. So if the average customer paid $210.36 per month, that rate would drop to $209.83. The water rates also dropped from $10.85 per 1,000 gallons to $9.12. In May, WAPA requested the PSC to approve the LEAC decrease. According to WAPA, the reduced rates are the result of savings from the reverse osmosis plants. The system, which turns seawater into potable water, was installed by WAPA last year. But this relief might not be permanent. WAPA is asking to recoup its fuel costs again. In the past, this was a toss-up between increasing the LEAC or the base rate. But the PSC has not yet decided on this topic. The PSC also approved a power purchase agreement between WAPA and Tibar Energy in St. Croix, which utilizes king grass as a source of energy to be fed into WAPA's grid. WAPA CEO Hugo Hodge argued with the Commission on net metering, specifically whether tenants are allowed to apply for net metering if their landlords already have net metering systems. There's a bill in the works prohibiting the practice, but no decisive action yet by the PSC. They're appointing an examiner to investigate. Reporting for News 2, I'm April Knight.
Meanwhile, WAPA is still looking at its waterline losses, which is at 15% on St. Thomas and 40% on St. Croix. The Senate Committee on Finance, chaired by Senator Clifford Graham, met at the Fritz Loetz Legislative Hall on Tuesday for a budget hearing. Two agencies defended their 2015 budget appropriations. The Department of Labor's Albert Bryan Jr. detailed the millions in deficit the department is currently experiencing.
Great concern is workers' compensation and the government insurance fund. This fund is in the red of at least $20 million, and we have a significant amount of outstanding debt. We still owe the territorial hospitals in excess of $7 million, in addition to $4.5 million that is currently owed to the medical providers. This is $31 million that we need just to get back out of the red. And it does not include the payroll of approximately $150,000 per month to injured workers.
Scotiabank has announced that it will be closing two of its less frequented branches on St. Thomas. The Havenside branch on St. Thomas will close on October 4th, while the branch in Cruz Bay, St. John will close on September 19th. The closures will result in the loss of jobs for some 30 employees. A study done by Scotiabank prompted the 2008 recession, and the closure of Hovenza indicated that these two branches are the least frequented. ATM locations will be maintained and accounts will not be affected. Delta Airlines is returning to St. Croix once more. They'll be resuming nonstop service weekly from Atlanta beginning in December. Ticket sales began last weekend after the Department of Tourism's announcement, and we spoke with the Tourism Commissioner right after the news was released.
Overnight visitors are extremely important for economic development of our territory and St. Croix in particular. And Delta just announced that as of this weekend, they will start selling a weekly flight to St. Croix, 159 seats, which represents about 3,000 more seats this winter to St. Croix directly out of a key market. We hope to grow it. We're starting with one flight a week. You know, my goal is always more. So, you know, I'm already talking to them about 3 flights a week, being able to re-engage Delta and have them come back to the territory has been something that we've been working on for a long time, so we're extremely excited about that.
We'll turn our attention overseas. Secretary of State John Kerry flew to northern Iraq to hold emergency talks aimed at stopping a Sunni militant rampage. Kerry met with the president of Iraq's Kurdish region to urge the people there to support the political process in Baghdad to keep Iraq from splitting apart. But the Kurdish leader said an exclusive government would be a challenge. The Obama administration is urging Iraq's Shiite-led government to give more power to Sunni and Kurdish political rivals to help end the violence. Iraq's prime minister wants the U.S. to unleash airstrikes on militant positions, but Kerry says that's not the right move right now. Be sure to tune into CBS Evening News for more at 7:30 p.m. Keeping our eye on the economy, stocks hit new highs and then took a downturn by the end of the day. More Americans are feeling better about the economy. Consumer confidence moved up this month and is now at the highest level since 2008. That's according to polls. Here's the New York Stock Exchange with our stock market watch. Everything down. The Dow 119, NASDAQ 18, S&P 12. Coming up on News 2, our Summer Fun segment continues. Another fun event you can add to your calendar. Plus, 2 young men represented the graduating class of 2014 from Bridges Academy Tuesday. Friends and family were present for the 6th annual promotional and commencement exercises. Weekly Weekly field trips to various destinations, arts and crafts, cooking, fine arts, and those into theater and dancing. Special focus on that also. All Saints Cathedral School kicks off a summer camp on June 30th. It's going on till August 1st. Ages 3 to 5 and 6 to 13 are welcome. The 5-week camp also includes fun academic enrichment to keep the mind sharp over the summer. You can call 774-02314. That's the school for more information. The camp hours are from 7:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Well, 2 young men represented the graduating class of 2014 from the Bridges Academy Tuesday. Friends and family were present for the 6th annual promotional and commencement exercises for the school. Although it's a small class, they recognize the impact they're making.
They're very quiet young men, very respectful. I think too very shy, and what is expected of them when they leave here. James Hansen, he wants to go into the military, and McKelty wants to further a career in architecture. And last year we also had only boys graduated. We had 4 males graduating last year, and this year we have 2 males. So we continue to assist the students that need that one-on-one attention as we move forward.
Well, the ages range from 16 to the late 60s, proving it's never too late. The Adult Education and Family Literacy Center's commencement exercise was held on Sunday at CAHS. 46 graduates received their high school diplomas and 21 graduates received their GEDs. The VAL is Golda Holliday and the SAL, Heather Skeet. The GED High Honor was issued to Kenaya Williams. All 3 talked about the challenges they have had to endure since to get to the point, but some shared some quotes, advice, and best wishes to the class of 2014. Congratulations to all the graduates. 5 schools on St. Croix are showing off some billboards in an effort to facilitate communications needs around local school communities. The Virgin Islands National Guard's Recruiting and Retention Battalion funded and unveiled billboard signs at the John H. Woodson Junior High School last Friday. Principal Von Hewitt, school staff, Ving leadership, and unit representatives were on hand. The signs were erected by the 652nd Engineer Platoon as a community project and training opportunity for the Ving unit. It was initiated with the St. Croix Central High School and St. Croix Educational Complex. This year, John H. Woodson Junior High School, St. Joseph School, and Alfredo Andrews Elementary School were selected. For our festival corner, and as promised, highlights from the opening ceremonies from the food fair and coronation of royalty at the Franklin Powell Park in Cruz Bay, St. John. As St. John Festival are in full swing. Many were in attendance to sample local goodies from fried fish and Johnny cakes to fresh fruit juices and local sweets during the food fair. A brief ceremony was held on Sunday to officially kick off the festival food fair and royalty coronation at the Franklin Powell Park in Cruz Bay.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am your St. John Festival Diamond Jubilee Princess, Teja Alanye Madru. I would like to thank my Love City family for letting me reign over the 60th anniversary festivities. Thank you.
It's time to celebrate a Grand Diamond Jubilee for St. John's Festival 2014 anniversary. Dance in the street to the melody of steel pan and calypso beats. Enjoy mouth-watering delicacies and absorb the history and culture of our island, St. John.
Even former royalty made an appearance for the Grand Diamond Jubilee anniversary. Wood turner Avelito Samuel was also honored at the fair.
Those of you that are from St. John know him as a wood turner and a teacher. Avelino is doing right now what he does best. He is away teaching. I think any other engagement that he had, but one that deals with children, he would have canceled. But he has been selected. He's a member of the Association of Wood Turners that is an international body, and 2 years out they booked him. So they had already booked him when he agreed to teach children.
Hundreds of people gathered in Cruz Bay Park to sample food and enjoy the sights and sounds of Love City. Vendors came from all 3 islands to sell their wares. There were also arts and crafts being sold.
It really shows this year more than ever that we stand on a foundation set by others 60 years ago in what we're doing today. Here's an opportunity for us to come out, to enjoy ourselves, to enjoy family and friends, and to do it on the most beautiful of islands within the U.S. Virgin Islands, St. John. I wish to everyone a fantastic festival, a carnival where you have a chance to just lighten your spirit and enjoy all the things that we have to offer.
Well, meanwhile, there were also lots of books on display at the fair. Governor John P. Young kicked off the 6th Annual Summer Reading Challenge this past weekend with book distribution events held on all 3 islands. The St. Thomas event was held on Saturday, June 21st at Tutu Park Mall, 2 locations on St. Croix, Sunny Isles Shopping Center, Amphitheater, and during the VI Housing Finance Authority Expo at Sunshine Mall. Authors were on hand to sign the books, and students also received a tracking sheet in which they are required to return after reading 5 books in order to be rewarded. Well, be sure to stick around. Your News2 AccuWeather forecast is coming up next.